Ontario announces new elementary science curriculum. Dan Kearns, The Standard. North Durham, Kawartha. The Ontario government has announced the creation of a new elementary science curriculum being implemented at the start of the next school year. Parents want to know their child is learning relevant, current knowledge which reflects the world we live in today. And that is a world which is becoming more and more interconnected through technology every single day. We heard clearly Ontarians want their children to learn more about STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, education, focused on the life and job skills necessary so our students succeed, Education Minister Stephen Lecce said during a press conference on Tuesday, March 8th. An Ontario government press release explained, Ontario's elementary science and technology curriculum was last updated in 2007, and the Grade 9 course was last updated in 2008. Since then, significant scientific and technological innovations, such as the advancement of smartphones, everyday use of 3D printing, and genomic vaccines have emerged, and the global economy has changed. The updated curriculum responds to these changes with the goal of positioning Ontario as a leading jurisdiction in STEM, helping to prepare students for the jobs of tomorrow, the press release added. Minister Lecce stated, the new curriculum will focus on the jobs of the future. The government also announced a new Grade 9 science course. Minister Lecce mentioned coding, emerging technologies, the environment, and food literacy as some of the focuses of the new curriculum.
Jason Ward withdraws from Kawartha Lakes mayoral race. Dan Kearns, The Standard. Kawartha Lakes. Jason Ward has taken himself out of the race to be Kawartha Lakes' next mayor. In a social media statement to residents posted on Tuesday, March 8th, Mr. Ward announced he was withdrawing from the mayoral race. Truthfully, I struggled profoundly with my decision. It has been many pensive months in the making, even a few tears. I am upset with myself for not pursuing this opportunity, his statement read. Seeking mayorship is, in my mind, the best way for me to give back to a place which has given so much to me and my family. But I know this is about myself. I could not have been your mayor without giving it everything I have, leaving nothing on the table. He noted he has to take care of himself and his family first at this time. As it turns out, in my own journey, I neglected one important thing, my own mental health and well-being. It is time for me to take better care of myself. Actually, I have no other choice. I also know how much I love, admire, and need to be with my wife and children, who deserve their dad's unconditional, undistracted love and support. I must assiduously seize this opportunity while I still can. Mr. Ward owns Ward's Lawyers PC, a firm based in Lindsay, and practices civil litigation. He previously dipped his toes into politics in 2003, when he ran as a Liberal candidate in the Ontario provincial election. When he announced his candidacy last year, Mr. Ward had told The Standard, growth seemed inevitable in Kawartha Lakes. We can't maintain a quiet, sleepy community attitude. The population is increasing, development is increasing, and the key is to manage that growth and development in a way which is consistent with our historic values, he said.
Ontario government to lift mask requirement in most settings on March 21st. Dan Kearns, The Standard. North Durham, Kawartha. The Ontario government has confirmed the masking requirement will be lifted for most settings in the province later this month. With continued improvement in trends, Ontario will remove the mandatory masking requirement for most settings on March 21st, with the exception of select settings such as public transit, healthcare settings, long-term care homes, and congregate care settings, a statement released on Wednesday, March 9th from Chief Medical Officer of Health Dr. Kieran Moore read. However, people can continue to wear masks after March 21st if they choose to. As a society, we must remain kind, considerate, and respectful towards those who continue wearing a mask. We must also expect indicators, such as cases and hospitalizations, to increase slightly as Ontarians increasingly interact with one another. However, thanks to our high vaccination rates and natural immunity, as well as the arrival of antivirals, Ontario has the tools necessary to manage the impact of the virus, the Chief Medical Officer stated. Dr. Moore also stressed this does not signal COVID-19 has disappeared or the pandemic is over. During a virtual media information session, Haliburton Kawartha Pine Ridge District Health Unit's Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Natalie Bocking, explained she expects some individuals will continue to wear masks. While provincial requirements might be changing, I think we will continue to see mask use, and I would still encourage mask use in highest risk settings, or for individuals who have compromised immune systems, or for family members. There's lots of different reasons why people will continue to wear a mask, she said. She also stated, it's important for citizens to respect people's choices when it comes to mask wearing. The most important thing is we continue to treat people with respect and understand there's lots of reasons why people will continue to wear masks, Dr. Bocking said. Masks are an easy, effective tool we know works. I think it's very unfortunate, in some settings, they have become divisive. I'd much prefer to focus on our ability to use masks to help protect those who are most vulnerable in the community and respect individuals and businesses who continue to want to protect those people.
No timeline yet for return of in-person Brock Township meetings. Dan Kearns, Local Journalism Initiative reporter for The Standard. Brock. The Township of Brock has not yet decided on a date for when they will open council chambers for in-person meetings. At a meeting on Monday, March 14th, Regional Councillor Ted Smith stated the Region of Durham has set April 27th as the date they will start hosting in-person meetings, and questioned if Brock Township has set a timeline for hosting their own. We are currently testing our equipment. As Council recalls, in the summer, we had been approved for a provincial federal grant to upgrade our council chambers, which included some new tech equipment, including new cameras and microphones, Clerk Fernando Lamana told councillors. Mr. Lamana added he's hesitant to put a timeline on it, as the township doesn't want to resume in-person meetings until staff members are very confident in that new equipment and the operation of that equipment. The Township of Scugog recently decided to reopen their council chambers for in-person sessions starting on Monday, March 28th.
Growing Older, a love letter to my children. Tina Y. Gerber, special to The Standard. Life is a mixture of different emotions, sometimes happy, others sad. These experiences shape and make us who we are. We can feel so many kinds of emotions daily, but everything we feel develops from our core emotions. I've experienced many things over the years: a brain tumor, endometriosis, miscarriages, death of family members, and living through a divorce while you were both so small. Now, I face the latter years, the golden years of life. Often, I will forget things and repeat myself many times during a conversation. You both feel and say this means I'm going crazy. It's a running joke in our family, and that is okay. I remember having both of you like it was yesterday. The glorious hours I spent nursing you, rocking you, and singing you both lullabies. You had a way of making the absurdities of life into jokes, which made me laugh until I cried. How you both made me laugh, especially if you were in trouble. This laughter is recorded in our family archives, along with our most memorable moments and cherished memories. You both always knew how to tug on my heartstrings. I am filled with a mother's pride at the beautiful, independent, and amazing young women you are today. Proud of all your accomplishments, but more importantly, of who you have become in life. Not what you do, but who you are. It's hard for me to describe how much I love you, but I still tell you often as I can, sometimes, receiving eye rolls and sighs. Being your mama has been one of the greatest gifts in my life. You are both a legacy to be proud of. I realize we never truly know what is in store for each of us, but now is the time to say what we don't want left unsaid. No more than anything else, I wanted to be your mama. I was happy being at home, playing, singing, reading, and dancing with my two left feet. Another huge gift and blessing was becoming a big grandma. Memories flood my mind and heart as I reflect on our lives together. Do you remember my frustration, exhaustion, and anxiety when I chased you around the kitchen table, yelling and screaming? I wanted to give you a well-deserved spanking, while thinking, if only I could catch you. Then there was the time when our new cat vanished and the neighbors came together to search the entire neighborhood to find her in the fridge later that evening. Our first Easter on our own, when I tried to save enough money to buy you both a scooter. Do you remember our fun outings? At Cullen Gardens, the Bowmanville Zoo, Emily Provincial Park? What about your first dates, driving an automobile, and your first car accident, when I was more concerned about you than the vehicle, as it was replaceable, but you weren't? There were the challenges we all experienced when I went back to college to make us a better life, improve our family, and have more opportunities open for you both. Once again, you both make me proud with your educational accomplishments and how kind and compassionate you both are. It is never too late to start over, as you travel in life or to follow new opportunities, whether you are 60 or 86. I want you to remember never to give up, to trust God and persevere. I pray you will remember my laughter, my tears, my determination, but also my faith. No matter how crazy you think I was, you both made my life worthwhile. One day, you will go through my things and will reminisce about our love, the good times and struggles we shared, both the highs and the lows, recalling both laughing and crying are incredible expressions of a life well lived.
The Standard Podcast was produced by Greenstream Studio for the Standard newspaper.